Hello, today I'm going to tell you a little bit about Easter and Lent and Pancake Day, which is also called Shrove Tuesday. And as part of that, I'm going to show you how to make some pancakes. So stay tuned for in a couple of minutes. I'll be showing you how to do that. And they are very yummy. Many people see Christmas as the most important Christian festival. And it definitely is important to celebrate Jesus being born, and I really enjoy giving and receiving presents. But as far as I'm concerned, Easter is actually more important. It's when we remember that Jesus died for us, but he rose again so that we could be forgiven and live forever with him. And I do like Easter eggs a lot too. Lent is the period before Easter. It starts on a day called Ash Wednesday and is recognised as a time that we can use to prepare for Easter. People spend time drawing closer to God during this time. In the Bible, it tells us that Jesus will be called Emmanuel, which means God is with us. So we can take comfort from the fact that God is with us today and every day. And we can spend that time in Lent reflecting on that and drawing closer to him. The day before Ash Wednesday is Shrove Tuesday, which is also known as Pancake Day. This year it's on Tuesday the 16th of February, and people traditionally made pancakes to use up all of the luxury items in the house, ready to eat plainer foods during Lent and spend that time focusing on God instead. However, you don't have to be giving anything up to enjoy pancakes. Today I'm going to show you how to make some 1 cup American style pancakes, as I find those the easiest to make, but you can make whichever ones you want to. We would love it if you got in contact with us, told us the type that your favourites, showed us some pictures of ones that you'd made maybe, and gave us some information about the different toppings that you thought were your favourites or that kind of thing. It would be great to hear from you. Throughout Lent, Darren and I are going to take it in turns to do weekly videos telling you a little bit more about Lent and Easter. I think this will be the best one though because it's the yummiest. But let us know what you think of the videos. They will be on the Coventry City Mission Facebook page. The reason that they're called 1 cup pancakes is that you don't need to use scales to make them. You just use a cup to measure out the ingredients. So if you measure how much flour you need, that's 1 cup of flour, and how much milk you need, that's 1 cup of milk. You also need 1 egg and a pinch of salt. You will need a frying pan, a little bit of oil, a spatula, a spoon and a mixing bowl, and then whatever toppings you would like to use for your pancakes. So now I'm going to show you how I made them, and I will talk you through it as I go along. The first thing to do in the kitchen is make sure you wash your hands, and it's also very important to get a grown-up to help you with anything that you're doing that involves hot things in the kitchen. So please make sure you've done that before you start. So start with your egg, crack it on the edge of the bowl, and put the egg inside. Make sure you don't get any shell in the bowl as you do that. Next you start by, you measure out your flour. I've got my flour here and I've got a Christmas cup. It doesn't matter that we're talking about Easter, we can still use a Christmas cup. And I will be, there you go, there's enough flour in there, tipping it into the bowl. Then next I need some milk. Now my son is allergic to cow's milk, so I am using oat milk, but you can use whichever milk is suitable for your family, whichever milk you usually drink. So measure out 1 cup full of that and tip it into your bowl. And then when it comes to the salt, don't use a pinch of salt. Here's my salt. Don't use a cup of salt, use a pinch of salt. So put a little bit in your fingers and pinch it into there. That's all the salt that you need. I'm getting my spoon out now because I'd forgot to get that ready beforehand, and starting to mix it together. Keep mixing. If it's a little bit lumpy to start with, that doesn't matter. Just keep mixing it and the lumps will disappear. If you need to ask a grown-up to help you because your arm's getting tired, that's fine. I haven't got a grown-up to help me today, so I've just got to carry on mixing and doing the best I can do. Once your mixture is all smooth, then it's ready to put in your pan. And what you will need to do before you start going is put some oil in your pan and make sure it's hot before you start. Then tip the pancake mixture into the pan. I try and make 3 little pancakes in each time I put it on. And so you put the mixture in separate parts of the pan so that they don't get stuck together. And you cook it. It takes about a minute on each side as you're cooking it. And you'll know that it started to cook when you see bubbles starting to come up to the top of your mixture. Once that happens, you can put your spatula underneath it and you'll be able to move them around. They're not quite ready yet. You can see that I can't quite get the spatula all the way under, so just waiting a little bit longer and then I will try again. Here we are. So the spatula goes under nicely this time and I can flip it over and doing the same with the other 2. Now I like making the small pancakes because I find the larger ones much harder to flip over, but it's obviously up to you which type you decide to make. It would be great to hear more information about what you've decided to do and how they've turned out, whether you had a go at flipping them over or not. That would be great. Looks like these are nearly done now. You can always just check, turn it back over again to check, and it's like, yeah, they are definitely cooked. So I'll add those to the pile of the ones that I made earlier on. And that is my pancakes finished. So I will bring those over to show you. Here they are. And now you just need to decide which toppings you would like to put on them.